What's your emergency?
Welcome back to That Weewoo Show, a podcast where we watch and discuss episodes of the ABC show 911. I'm Bex.
I'm Alice.
And I'm Ellen.
As always, we thank everyone who listened to our previous episodes and who's taken time out of what we are sure are very busy schedules to share our episodes, our social media posts, and rated us on Apple and Spotify. We really do appreciate that. I was going somewhere with that. I don't know where it went, but there we go.
Don't know where you were going, but it was somewhere.
Before we get into our discussion of this week's episode, Alice, would you care to remind us what happened in last week's?
Yeah, so last week on 911, Eddie did not panic while some elite hackers caused chaos in LA by messing with the air traffic controllers and the power. Once all our base are belonged to them, the court system glitched and let out Athena's attacker, who was helped by his lawyer, who slit Lou's throat while escaping. Meanwhile, the 118 paused to help out at a hospital who were having trouble with their generators and helicopters, and Maddie continued to struggle with postpartum depression. Sad face.
Poor Maddie. Okay, so in this week we're going to discuss episode 2 of season 5, which is called Desperate Times, which aired on September the 7th, 2021. The official summary says the 118 springs into action when a citywide blackout and a record heatwave causes mayhem in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Chimney confides in Hen about Maddie's condition and Athena's worst nightmare comes true. The triggers for this episode include a child at threat, child on a ventilator, discussions of police violence and abuse of power, gore from an animal attack, a helicopter crash, panic attack, and postpartum depression. And also implausible use of a fire hose. But we'll get to that. Sorry, I don't know if I'm going to be very positive about this episode because I watched the whole thing just going, what the fuck? Like, seriously, what? Anyway, we'll try and be positive about the whole thing. Oh my God.
This may be a very short episode.
We'll see. I mean, I didn't hate all of it. It was just, parts of it were just like, oh, really?
I had a great time. There was so much buddy stuff. Maybe it was just because I was, like, I stopped reading Leading with the Left to watch this episode, so I was still grinning and kicking my feet when I went into it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for everyone who's been listening to the our fan fiction episode. I hope you enjoyed that, including you.
I had a great time. It was great. 10 out of 10.
That's good. Excellent. Well, there's plenty more where that came from. But we'll have to wait till the end of season 5 to get into that.
Yeah. We got to get
anyway,
through this
in the meantime,
first.
Yes. So we've got to continue from where we left off.
Which is apparently watching Captain America.
It's not even continue from where we left off. They literally replay the last, 5 minutes of the previous episode before the title card.
Yeah. Just in case we forgot.
And not even with a previously on 911. It's just, we're going to start with the helicopter.
The pilots didn't have a chat last week, though, did they?
No, they just fucked around with the heart. And this week they talk and fuck around with the heart.
Honestly, I didn't need to hear them talk because it was so... What do you mean? Oh, this heart's coming from the place that this heart is coming from is a tragedy, but once we land, it's going to turn into a miracle. What the fuck? I didn't need to...
It was a little bit far. Yeah.
Anyway, the power goes out or something. He freaks out even though he was literally about to land. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't see it was right there. It hasn't moved. Just because the power's gone out doesn't mean that the hospital moved."
Don't helicopters have lights attached to them, like spotlight sort of thingies?
Apparently not.
Anyway. They went out too, apparently.
Anyway, so yeah, the helicopter smashes its tail rotor on something, which makes it spin and crash into the roof rather than just landing on it.
It's shaking the entire building, which lets the 118 inside the hospital know that something's going on the roof.
So they run outside to look at the roof. Luckily, they went on the correct side of the hospital so they could see the helicopter, because if they'd run out the back door, they would have been like, I can't see anything. Don't know what the issue is. No idea. But yeah, the helicopter's like teetering on the edge.
As Eddie so very helpfully tells the audience once the 118 run up to the roof of the hospital.
Apparently it's their job to rescue the helicopter now.
Well, if they're going after the fucking animals, then of course they're going to go after the helicopter, because apparently they have to do everything. But the helicopter is caught on the window washing cables, which I assume that there are just like cables set up around the hospital roof permanently to help with window washers. So the helicopter's caught on that, and it's snagged. That is pretty much all that is holding it up from crashing to the ground below.
Like, this is... Like, Bobby is, like, telling everyone what he needs. Like, we need the winch, we need ropes, webbing, and blah, blah, blah. And Buck's like, we're not waiting for any of that, right?
I don't know who he's talking to. Yeah, because I didn't even see the other, like, the background firefighters. But he's like, I want ropes, webbing, and heavy winch. And, like, no one goes to get it. So I don't know who he's talking to.
I'm assuming it was Chim. Because he reels off that Buck does this, Eddie does that, Hen does that. And then when Hen needs the backboard, she's radioing to Chim. And he suddenly, later on, comes running
right,
up.
They just forgot to show that Chim went to, and it was just Chim that went to get the ropes and webbing and heavy winch.
Buck goes, let's not wait for that. Let's just go and jump in the helicopter right now. And Bobby goes, okay, let's do it. And it's like, you don't want to wait until it's a little bit more secure than just snagged on a cable. But no, they go and add their weight to the helicopter.
Yeah. Also, it took me a while to figure this out, but whoever was writing the dialogue did not link up to who was actually, like, blocking this scene, because Bobby says that Hen and Buck are going to get into the cabin and Eddie is going to help him secure the scene.
But Eddie jumps in.
Eddie's the one that gets in.
Opposite,
and Buck's the one that secures the helicopter. Like, did nobody figure that out? Did nobody think that we were going to pick that up?
Well,
I mean, it makes
to be
more
fair,
sense.
I didn't pick it up until you said that.
It makes more sense for Eddie to get in the helicopter because, you know, he knows how to fly a fucking helicopter.
They just don't... Honestly, at this point, Eddie and Buck are just the same person, so they're don't even know... Like, they don't even listen to Bobby. They just do whatever they want, and Bobby's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I told Buck to do that. Buck's in there, and Eddie's like, I'm not Buck. I'm Eddie, but okay.
But yeah, exactly. Like, helicopter's teetering on the edge. Let's add 2 more people into the helicopter.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Anyway, so they check Manny. Manny says he can't move. Hen radios down to Chim, who's apparently down.
He's somewhere.
At the
He's
engine?
not on the roof.
In the hospital? Who the fuck knows?
All the way down to the ambulance to get a backboard, or does he just go in the hospital and
or does he just
bring
ask
me a
for the
goddamn
hospital?
backboard?
Like, I have no idea what's going on, but
I'm assuming
apparently
he went
there's
down
also
to
a
the
fire.
engine.
Which I assumed the fire happened when they hit the thing, but like I didn't notice a fire, so there was just smoke, and I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And anyway, so they put the apparent fire out. They switch it all off. And Buck is just, like, Captain America-ing.
Yeah, he's hanging onto the feet of the helicopter to stop it from falling down. Yep. And Bobby is too, right? I think Bobby's holding onto it as well at one point. Maybe it's a bit later.
I think he did it a bit later. I didn't really care at this point. We're only like 5 minutes in. I'm already not caring.
Hence just diagnoses the guy of having some kind of spinal injury, so they need to get him onto the backboard, but the helicopter has started slipping and is now like over the edge of the roof. So they have to try and get this guy on a backboard and back over the top of the roof before the whole thing just goes. So
apparently also Manny is obviously a paramedic because he's in the paracopter. But he's only been a paramedic for almost a month.
Oh, geez. Bad timing.
Yeah. So they get the pilot out. They manage to get Manny onto the backboard over the window of the helicopter. and pull him out. Well, they've got to find a way to pull him out, so they...
Yeah, apparently they don't have any rope or anything yet.
Yeah, there's
No, 'cause
like Chim managed to
didn't
get down
bring
there,
rope.
got the backboard and a sea collar and came all the way up again, but they still haven't brought any rope.
Yeah.
So instead they use a fire hose.
Yeah, Bobby looks around and then he goes, aha.
Chim finds the fire hose.
Chim
but-
looks around. That's right.
Question: would there be a fire hose on the external wall of a roof of a building?
That's what I guess because it's a helipad.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Like in case the helicopter catches fire.
All right.
Because I thought the same thing, and then I was like, okay, I think because it's a helipad, it does actually have.
All right, I will accept that there is a helipad. There is a risk of fire. Therefore, a fire hose could be necessary. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Also, for the drama.
For the drama.
Oh, this
there's an
whole
emergency
fucking
fire hose.
episode is for the drama.
This opening thing is so stupid.
But yes, so Chim grabs the fire hose. Eddie does the worst possible knot. I don't even think he tied a knot. He just like looped the fire hose a couple of times around one of the handles of the backboard, and then they kind of like drag Manny out of the helicopter up over the ledge of the roof with the fire hose.
Yeah, but that's not all. Manny then panics because he goes, "The heart! This is a transplant flight!"
Yeah,
Eddie tries to reach it, or maybe it's Hen who tries to reach it, but they can't reach it.
Eddie
So they get out.
Eddie can see where it is, and he's like, Hen, it's there. Hen tries to reach it, but it's out of her reach. So Bobby's like, get the hell out of there. So everybody gets the hell out of there, and Bobby goes, oh no, wait, the heart. We can't just leave it. And so he's the one that goes back into the helicopter by wrapping the fucking fire hose around his waist.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like while he does it, Buck's like, "Dude, the winch is right." Like he literally says, "The winch is here," and Bobby's like, "No time for that," and just like jumps in the helicopter. It's like, what?
He basically bungee jumps off the side of the.
Literally bungee jumps into the helicopter.
But not only that, everybody else is immediately on board with this plan and holding on to the hose.
Well, they don't really have much choice.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Manny. They apparently just threw him on the ground and grabbed the hose instead.
There were nurses with popcorn standing in the background watching, so I'm assuming that the nurses have now taken over Manny's care. But I do not want anyone ever to give Buck any shit about the stupid stuff, like the risky and the reckless stuff that he does on a job, because I'm just going to point at Bobby and going, the dude jumped off a building with a fire hose wrapped around his waist.
Yep.
He learned it from his father. Or maybe it was the other way around.
Yeah, maybe Bobby learned it from Buck.
Anyway, so Bobby gets back into the helicopter. He's got much, much longer arms than Hen, so he manages to get the heart, which is in like this weird chrysalis plastic container, and either somebody is lying to me, either Grey's Anatomy is lying to me, or this show is lying to me, because I didn't think that they did that with organs. But okay.
I'm pretty sure it was just in their lunch esky.
I thought it just went into like a sealed bag an esky full of dry ice.
For the Americans, an esky is a cooler. And for the Kiwis, it's a chili box.
Chili bin.
Chili bin. A chili bin. Chili bin.
Yes.
Anyway.
They weren't actually handling the heart really. It was inside some kind of hermetically sealed thing.
Again, though, why were they pulling it out of?
I don't know. They've been fucking with it.
They shouldn't have been doing it.
Yeah.
That was just showing us what was going on, but maybe they haven't actually
We're not
contaminated
that
it.
stupid.
I know.
They could have just had a cooler that said heart on the side, and we would have been like, okay.
It said human organ transportation or something on the side of it.
And we had multiple lines of dialogue telling us that this was a medevac flight coming in with a heart for a transplant.
Remember that time that Athena helped out with the transplant?
Yes.
And then she's just like, oh, someone's getting a heart for Valentine's Day, and they were like, this is a kidney. Or a liver. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was so good.
Anyway, so back to the actual heart transplant. Bobby holds up the heart very triumphantly, like, I've got it! And the cable, the window washing cable that was the only thing holding the helicopter up, finally gives up the ghost and snaps.
Thankfully for Bobby, he is connected to the fire hose and not the helicopter.
And also, luckily, there's no one underneath the helicopter when it falls, because...
I mean, if you saw a helicopter dangling off the roof of a building, I think you'd get out of there pretty quick.
I don't know, people are pretty dumb.
I would hope that the rest of the 118 down on the floor have, like, cleared the area. But
I would hope, but I still haven't seen any background firefighters. But yeah, so Bobby hauls himself up, yeets the heart to a nurse. The
nurse just grabs and just scurries out of the way, like, oh my god, these people are crazy.
Yeah, there's a doctor who's like hanging out, even though they're super busy downstairs, to the point that Eddie and Buck were bagging people manually. There's a doctor who's just like, oh, that was cool, can you do a transplant in the dark? And Bobby's like, ha ha ha, no. And then, yeah, Eddie and Buck say that they're going to get the generators running. And they're like, I'm sure the city will have power back on.
Yeah, because it's also their job to fix the generators.
Yep. They're multi-skilled. But unfortunately...
The next thing we get is a caption saying, 4 days later. And we hear the voiceover of a news anchor telling us that after a massive ransomware attack on the city's infrastructure, Angelino's head into day 5 of record heat and a citywide power outage. And I'm at this point going, what the fuck?
Yeah, we didn't even know about a heat wave. It's just come on because of the blackout.
Did the ransomware attack trigger global warming to the point that it caused a massive heat wave and a blackout?
Apparently, yeah.
I think that's just great timing on the part of the hackers.
Yep.
See, I think... I'm going to get into this now because it's making me angry. I think I would have been okay if they had proceeded with the citywide, like with it's out of power, nothing is functioning because of the ransomware attacks. Because when Taylor was doing her little spiel about ransomware attacks in the last episode, she mentioned a couple of cities like Baltimore and Atlanta who had ransomware attacks, and it literally shut their city down. And they had to go back to doing everything with pencil and paper, and it took them years to get their systems back into operation. So the level of chaos that the hackers were causing in episode 1, I would quite happily have believed that chaos was continuing. They did not need to bring in the heat wave.
It was just weird. Like, it should have... I wouldn't have been mad if it was already hot and then...
Yes.
The power went down.
That's the other thing. They're saying 4 days later, but then they're saying day 5 of the record heat. So that means that last episode, we should have been seeing signs of it's really hot. We should have had a mention of a dialogue.
But it was like they got to season 2 and they're just like, oh, let's also do a heat wave, and didn't mention it. Like, It was, I don't know, it was just weird. The heat wave just sort of came out of nowhere.
Exactly. And I think that's why I'm so mad at the heat wave storyline, because it's just so random and stupid.
Because they also never mention it again. Like, it's literally just like, oh, there's a heat wave, and then
the reason that the people are at Athena's house.
Yeah, but they didn't need a heat wave for that. They could have just been like, oh yeah, we're the only ones with the generators, so people are coming over to charge their stuff and watch TV. Like, you didn't. Why a heat wave?
If the ransomware had knocked out the power, like whoever does the power in the city, and so nobody could get power from the city, and so you had to rely on your solar panels and you had to rely on your generators, that storyline would still work.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be the heat wave. I think the only thing the heat wave did was made everyone like all sweaty, which brilliant, love it, because it looks great, and I don't know what else triggers that everybody has to stay in the firehouse, like the emergency protocol, which possibly could have been brought into operation
just
by
like
the
ransomware
thing. I don't. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's weird. Anyway, so apparently it's 5 days of extreme heat, which has caused rolling blackouts. The death toll has reached 15, mostly due to heat exhaustion. And we hear the reporter go from television to over a radio as we follow this dude walking towards Athena's house, where apparently Michael is throwing a party.
Yep.
Oh, this is so funny. So Michael and David have just invited everyone in the neighbourhood over because they have a generator. And when he's talking on the phone to Athena about it, she's just like, "Are you having a party?" And he's like, "No, Mum." I'm like, not only do you go over there all the time for breakfast or whatever takes your fancy, you also just randomly throw parties.
Yeah, why not?
In his defense,
guess.
I don't think he invited everyone over. I think everyone knows that, like, either they saw or they know that the Grants have a generator, and so they've come over and gone, "Hey, can I charge something? Can I put something in my freezer?" And it's just word has got out that the Grant house is still operational, and so everybody's now flooding
Seems
there.
that way, yeah.
But yeah, Michael's throwing a party. It's a great time.
Yes.
Yeah, and David actually
Harry-
gets to say some words this week.
I know, right? I actually realised that David was there. It was very exciting.
And Harry is using the opportunity to pad his pocket money a little bit.
Oh,
Fucking Harry.
so enterprising, but also what the fuck?
Oh, it's so funny.
Because he's taken the opportunity to charge the neighbours to come in. He's got a bouncer going with an entry fee.
Yeah, and Michael's pretty horrified by this.
Michael's like, "We're supposed to be helping people," and Harry's like, "Yes, by
I'm
charging
helping
them money
myself. So he makes him give everyone back their money, and he's like,
He's such a
"Okay."
spoil sport, but okay, fine.
So Athena shows up at the hospital, and where apparently they have their power back. I don't know if this is the same hospital as before, but the power's back on at the hospital. So good job, 118.
Yes.
Athena introduces herself, and Dr. Zimmerman comes and says,
yes.
we got, someone called Athena to asking for her. They start walking, and apparently some guy was brought in he was in MacArthur Park, his throat was cut, blah, blah, blah. He lost a lot of blood, but we were able to repair the wound, but it caused a stroke, and we didn't think he was going to make it. But this morning he came to long enough to write this, and she pulls out this bit of paper, and it's got Sergeant Athena Grant written on it.
In completely legible handwriting, may I add.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah. And,
Like, had a stroke, but still has perfect penmanship.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he was obviously writing with his hand that didn't have the stroke on the side of his... You know how it only affects one side. Anyway, do you know this man? And she walks around the corner, and it's Lou. He's alive. He's okay. Well, he's not okay because his throat is still,
Yeah, he's
cut
not
and
great. He can't talk.
But he's
His
not
throat
well.
was
Doesn't
when
look
he had
well.
a stroke. He's not okay, but at least
He's not okay.
He's fine. I'm sure he'll be right.
He will be some form of fine in the end. Yes. Hopefully.
5 days. He was in the park for 5 days and nobody knew he was missing. And I'm just going, how? How does someone go missing for 5 days?
No, he was brought in 5 days ago.
Yeah, he was in the hospital in a coma for 5 days.
Yeah, he wasn't in the park for 5 days.
Okay, no, but
God, no.
how was he unidentified for 5 days?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And, even Athena's just like, how the fuck did no one notice?
Because
Look, the hospital's been really busy.
No, but, okay. Even if...
did he have... Was he on vacation for 5 days? And they
No,
just,
but see, this is the
forgot
thing.
to...
Even if you assume that the day that he was working and he caught Jeffrey, that was his last day of his shift, and then he went into his RDOs. The RDOs are usually only 3 or 4 days anyway. So he should have been back at work for at least a day. How did nobody notice that he didn't come into work?
Yeah, no one cares.
How did nobody notice that he
Doesn't
didn't
Athena
come?
actually ask
Clearly he
that
doesn't
later?
have any families. Yeah, she does.
But shouldn't...
She's like, how
Yeah,
did
so
no one
should-
notice?
I don't understand. Look, I can understand no call, no show, but I would have thought that for police they'd be a little bit more worried about the fact that one of their detectives doesn't show up for work.
Yeah, it's great. They don't care, apparently.
Yeah,
Anyway,
this
for the
whole,
drama, he's been in a coma for 5 days. and no
this
one knew.
whole episode, I think I realized earlier. This whole episode is we want to tell X story. We don't give a fuck how we get to X story.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hand wave all the details. You just here is the end result. Just focus on that. ignore the journey, just go to the end result.
Exactly.
Which sucks because I kind of like the journey sometimes.
Sometimes.
So not only did they misplace Lou for 5 days, the Captain Elaine is about to come to the realization that they misplaced Jeffrey Hudson for 5 days because he's not in prison where they thought he was.
Yeah, how the fuck did the prison not notice?
Because Lou never got him to prison. All they knew was that he called Athena and said, "I've got him." He never got him to booking.
No, because they check
and
they're like, "Oh, his cell's empty," and it's like, did you not fucking notice? Like, what?
Well, they knew he was missing, but they didn't realize that he'd been found again. Because he never officially reported in that he'd found him. So the prison's just thinking, oh, Jeffrey's on the lam. And meanwhile, Athena and Captain Maynard are going, oh, he's been taken back. Anyway.
I guess that part sort of checks out.
So they're freaking out because Jeffrey's got a 5-day head start on them, and they decide to retrace their steps and go and talk to Jeffrey's lawyer, Lila, because she was the last person who saw Jeffrey and Lou.
This is kind of the part where Athena and Elaine start joining a load of dots that, like, I know they have to for story expediency, but I'm just like, okay, no. I don't know. Anyway, so back to the 118 station house. There's no power, so there are like a bunch of like camping lights, like lanterns around. And they have to cook on some kind of gas burners, I'm guessing, because none of the kitchen stuff is actually working. Bobby is cooking some kind of powdered eggs. So all of the shifts are living at the station house.
Apparently.
Yes.
I don't know why.
They're on emergency, like, because it's an emergency, they've just got everyone at the powerhouse, the station house.
Powerless house.
Yeah.
The powerless house.
Yeah, just in case they need them, I suppose.
Yeah, so Chim's not upset about that. He's upset about the fact that he's eating powdered eggs. And he wonders if Bobby can't just have like a stash of the good stuff in the back of the refrigerator for the A shift.
For the A shift.
For the A shift, yeah.
It's like, geez, Chim.
And Bobby is not like, Chim, we're all equal. Everybody gets food. There is no such, there's no hierarchy. And instead he's like, you know what, I would, but the refrigerator, we got to cut back on our power usage.
Yeah, we can't open the refrigerator.
I totally would if I could, buddy.
And then this is like a bright spot in this episode, actually.
Yes.
This part. Because Chim's like, can I borrow your charger? My phone's dead. Oh, Hen comes in. Hen comes in. And he asks Hen if he can borrow her charger. And she's like, oh, no, sorry, this is my department-issued personal charging device.
Yeah.
And sharing is against protocol. And Chim's like, what the hell are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Who issued you that? And then we go back to... So this is funny because as soon as Buck shows up with the clipboard, and I'm like, who the hell gave Buck a clipboard? And then later Chim actually says...
Chim literally says, who the hell gave Buck a clipboard?
Never give him a clipboard.
I think Buck gave himself a clipboard, to be honest.
I think Buck found a clipboard in the dark and was like, fuck yeah, clipboard.
Mm-hmm. So Buck has set up a very formal, procedure-based, clipboard-focused charging station.
Like a lending library for portable chargers.
Yes, so once Chim has filled out the requisition form and submitted it, and it has been reviewed and approved, he will be issued a personal charging device. Once the device is dead, he returns it to the Proby charging pool, where it will be recharged for you. Said Proby charging pool looks at Buck and goes, you could just say Ravi, and then turns to Chim and goes, Ravi will charge it for you.
I love Ravi so much. Buck ignores Ravi and just goes, one charge per 24 hours is the limit. Do not attempt to bribe me or you will be docked 2 charges.
You better hope everyone's got like a pretty new phone.
Yeah. Chim just goes, give me a charger or Uncle Buck will never see his niece again. And Buck's just like, oh my God, give him a charger, give him a charger.
Yeah. Adorable.
Poor Buck. Poor Chim.
Poor
And then,
Ravi.
Chim's like, so let this be a lesson. Never give Buck a clipboard. Never. And Buck's like, excuse me for being efficient. And Chim's like, yeah, that's one word for what you are.
So as Chim runs back up the stairs to show off his charging device or eat some powdered eggs, he crosses paths with Eddie, who's coming downstairs, possibly to return his charging device to the Proby charging pool. When he gets interrupted because Christopher has arrived at the station with Anna.
Yay, he's so excited. And
to
so
see
is
Christopher.
Eddie's so excited to see them. Sorry,
He's
Eddie's
excited
really
to
excited to see Christopher.
Yeah.
Anna has brought food. She said it was Christopher's idea, so they brought a whole bunch of salad, which is probably maybe not the best thing to have in when it's a power outage and you need to keep it cool.
And the fridges are not working.
Also, who the fuck wants salad? Like,
yeah, I thought they would bring like pizza,
especially the tuna salad. That's not going to keep.
Yeah, no.
So Eddie's ecstatic to see Christopher. Buck is ecstatic to see Christopher.
Buck is so excited to see Christopher.
He's so happy.
And Ravi's just kind of hanging around going, oh, who are these people? So Eddie introduces Ravi to Chris. He's completely ignoring Anna at this point.
Yeah, Anna who?
Chris looks at Ravi and is like, oh, you're a firefighter? And Ravi's like, I'm a probationary firefighter. And Chris is like, oh, did you do something wrong? Buck's
I love that so much. Constantly. Which
we think is funny. Anna thinks is funny. Nobody else thinks is funny because she's the only one that laughs. And then everyone's just standing around going, that was really weird. Why did you laugh at that? Again, Eddie has made no introductions. So Anna takes it upon herself to introduce herself to Ravi. She's like, hi, I'm Anna. And Ravi's like, oh, hi, you must be Eddie's wife.
Awkward.
And then, to make it worse, Christopher goes, not yet.
Not yet.
And so Eddie's totally not panicking. Like, Eddie is not freaking the fuck out here.
Thankfully, he doesn't actually have a panic attack this time.
Yeah. So Buck is just watching. Like, Buck's
but
just
he starts to something because Buck's looking at him going, dude, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, extremely awkward. So, Anna just sort of looking around going, even in the dark, this place is amazing. And then Eddie's like, oh no, she hasn't even ever been here before.
Yeah, so she's also, she's never been here, she's never met anyone. Like, Buck obviously knows who she is because Buck lives in Eddie's pocket. But, yeah, full on Eddie is like, oh, this is awkward.
And instead of going, let me give you a tour, he's gone, oh, Ravi, will you take my girlfriend on a tour of my workplace?
Literally gives it to Ravi and fucks off. And she's like, okay.
Yeah. And Buck just looks so confused. He's like, what just happened?
What the fuck are you doing?
What?
Yeah.
No, Eddie doesn't panic. Of course he doesn't.
Eddie never panics.
Oh, he's hopeless.
They've definitely made a choice with this storyline. I don't know where or why they've made this choice, but it's an amazing choice.
It's pretty great.
So while Eddie's not panicking and Ravi is giving a tour of the firehouse, a SWAT team has rolled up on Lila the lawyer's house, with Athena and Elaine tagging along.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know it, Lila's dead.
Oh
no
my
SWAT
god.
team needed.
Didn't expect that.
I didn't. I thought they were running away together, but apparently no.
Well, that's what Elaine thought too. She thought that the two of them were like hooking up and she calls them lovers.
Yeah.
Athena somehow has managed to get deep psychological insight into Jeffrey and realizes that Lila is more akin to the fan club than she should have been. That she was smitten just like the other fools. So she says that Lila probably saw Jeffrey being led away in cuffs and intervened on his behalf, and then Jeffrey killed her.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elaine calls her out on being too deep inside this guy's head. And Athena's like, not deep enough. He's always 2 steps ahead. Yes, but they have no idea where he is.
They don't have no idea where he is. Elaine is assuming that he would have fled the city. Athena thinks that the city in crisis, without power, is probably the perfect hunting ground for a predator like Jeffrey. And they hatch a dastardly plan where they decide not to warn Jeffrey's other victims, but instead dangle them like bait, hoping that Jeffrey will come back for round 2, 3, whatever. Yeah. So while that's going on, we are finally catching up with the beginning of episode 1, because the 118 have been called for an animal attack.
Oh, this is so funny, though.
Buck, for once, is... Well, not for once. Buck, as always, is exposition firefighter, but he's actually saying stuff that makes sense, because he's like, so the ransomware busts open all the cages in Alley Zoo, and they call us. No one thinks to call, animal control? I'm like, yes.
As we ask every time there's an animal involved.
Yeah. Apparently animal control were busy. Yeah.
And Buck is like, but I mean, this is not me and Eddie bagging a turkey in South Pasadena. They have serious predators at the LA Zoo. They've got a snow leopard, a Sumatran tiger. And then Eddie's like editorializing for the rest of the 118s, like he takes Christopher to the zoo all the time. He's got the place memorized.
So I just want to point out, just quickly, the last scene we saw Buck and Eddie in, Eddie was freaking the fuck out because Chris was joking that Anna was going to be his wife, and, he just literally, abandoned Anna to Ravi. And now we get this scene where Eddie very proudly is like, he's got the place memorized.
He takes Christopher to the zoo all the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Totally normal.
He's so fond and so happy.
It's very fun, and also making fun.
Buck's like, a chimp will literally rip your face off without even thinking twice about it. And Hen's like, just smile, Buck.
Which I would like to point
Eddie
out
just
would be...
grins.
It's just the worst thing you can do to a chimp, or pretty much any predator. Because
don't show your teeth.
They will read the baring of your teeth. Like humans, we see that as a happy thing. They see it as baring of teeth. It's aggressive. So please do not smile at a chimpanzee, or pretty much any kind of predator. Please don't.
But it is very cute that they're all smiling.
They're all literally
as
grinning. They're grinning at him. It's great.
There's actually no panicking in sight.
Nope.
No, very true.
And so they pull up to Hollywood Boulevard, except unlike last episode, we get music to accompany this walk down Hollywood Boulevard. We get Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
Of course we do.
Yes.
And it's literally, they just reuse the scenes from episode 1.
The whole thing is the same, except there's a couple more animals, I think, than there was before. There's like extra...
There's an extra bird.
Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And music.
They still got the emus and the giraffe and stuff. And the
elephant. Yeah. But then we get the continuation of the scene where Hen is very helpfully saying, someone called in an animal attack, but I see the animals, but I don't see the humans that they attacked. And they eventually find one. He's stuck under an incredibly heavy, incredibly dangerous patio umbrella, which is, really definitely needs the 118's help getting out from under that. Yeah, I know he's probably hiding from the dangerous animals, but I'm just like, it's an umbrella, my dude.
Yeah, literally. I don't know what. Anyway.
He broke his leg, so he probably
can't. He
can't
didn't break
move.
his arms.
Yeah, but like he's hiding behind the umbrella and like, you know.
Yes, he's hiding behind the umbrella
they
from
come
something
back.
that screeched. He's hiding behind the umbrella for something that screeched and spat poison at him. So, Eddie and Chim are assigned to help this dude out. Hen is going into the souvenir shop that apparently this guy and his boss Ivan were in when they got attacked, and Ivan is still in there. Buck is on animal control. And his instructions are literally, if an animal makes a move, control it.
Yep. Lucky Buck.
He looks absolutely terrified, actually.
Of course he does. It's scary.
Yeah, but the only animal who walks past is a camel. I mean, camels are kind of scary when you're up close to one. Yeah, and they spit at you and
they do.
bite and stuff. But anyway, inside the shop, they're trying to find Ivan. Bobby's this is so ridiculous. So Bobby is like whispering, like going, "Ivan, are you in here?" And then Ivan's like screaming.
Yeah.
It's like, help me. And so they find him and he's got like heaps of blood all over the floor and he looks like he's in pretty bad shape.
He's
apparently
covered in blood. He's got a chewed up ear.
Yeah, whatever it is bitten half his ear off.
Yes. And just they've seen Ivan, they've seen the horrific injuries that he's suffered. Just as they're about to ask Ivan what did this to him, the scary, horrendous, screeching, poison-spitting creature steps between them and Ivan, and it's an alpaca.
It's an alpaca.
And see,
do you think this is a real alpaca?
Oh, because sometimes I think yes, sometimes I think no.
Yeah, sometimes it moves in a way that looks like animatronic, and I'm like, is this computer generated or like?
I don't know if it's computer generated. I feel like sometimes it's animatronic, like it's a alpaca head on a stick or something.
Yeah. But
yes, it's an alpaca, and here's the weird thing is that they play this scene absolutely seriously. Like, they are terrified of these alpacas.
They are terrified.
It is so funny.
Which...
It's very Jurassic Park.
It's
actually Jurassic Park, yeah.
It is. It's actually Jurassic Park. But I don't know whether it would have been better if they'd kind of played up the comedy of it being alpacas. Because
he calls it an alpaca, and now I'm like wondering whether I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
But Bobby says alpaca. No, Hen says alpaca.
Hen says alpaca, Bobby says alpaca. So,
and then Hen immediately also changes to alpaca, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going with alpaca. I feel like we have the correct pronunciation.
We're going alpaca, yeah.
Okay. Someone can correct us if we're wrong.
We don't care, we're Australian. We say alpaca. Alpaca, mate.
I don't understand how we're supposed to take this scene seriously.
Oh, no, we're absolutely not.
I don't think we are supposed to we're not supposed to take this scene seriously.
But here's the thing.
It's so stupid.
Why didn't they play that up? Why didn't they have, like, this alpaca step out and then they bring out, like, the bouncy, circusy, fun music in the background as they go through? Instead, they've got, like, the really dramatic music of tension.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
It is very tense.
But couldn't they have had the exact same scene with them treating this alpaca like it was one of those spitters, but then had the comedy music playing underneath?
Nah, it's funnier being serious.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have just had a slightly different feel to it, maybe, but...
I mean, I know alpacas can be very fierce. I mean, there is a reason
why
they are...
They're the greenest animal, you know.
There's a reason why they use them to protect sheep. I just don't know that they would attack a human.
Yeah, this alpaca's got, like, blood all over its mouth.
It's literally got blood all over it. It's so funny.
Like, it's almost like it's gone rabid. Like a rabid alpaca.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's gone in for the kill. Apparently, Ivan also has a busted ankle. So, I don't know how they end up getting him out of there. Because they're, like, cornered by the alpaca in the end.
So, Hen takes... I hate that I know this. I hate that I paid this much attention to this scene. Hen takes a bag of, like, Doritos, but off-brand, because they couldn't pay Dorito for the use of the license. So it's a bag of off-brand corn chips. And she lays a trail for the alpaca away from Ivan. And so the alpaca is following this corn chip trail, which Bobby is then literally dragging Ivan by the wrists towards the door. But just as Hen is about to lay the last chip down, she's got like a loudhailer strapped to her chest, and it drops to the floor, and it sets it off. And so that scares the alpaca, and it comes racing for them, and just as they're about to reach the door, it stops. And they're like, why isn't it attacking? And it makes this noise, and a second rabid alpaca steps out from the t-shirts. And Hen's like, it's called its friend. Clever
it's called
girl.
Its friend. Yeah, so they full on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, she literally says clever girl, and so they're just like, fuck it, we're running. And they just yeet themselves backwards out the door, which then leads to a very smirking Eddie and a Buck who thinks this is absolutely fucking hilarious.
It's amazing. So you ran from an alpaca, and Bobby's like, 2 alpacas, and there was no running.
He's like trying to like stuff his dignity back into his turnout.
And like Buck's like, sure. And Eddie's like, and like does this like frown nod thing. It's so funny. And I had again been reading Leading with the Left all afternoon. I was having a great time with all the buddy moments.
And Bobby's just so done with them. It's just like, get in the truck.
Get in the truck, yeah.
And then just to complete the entire moment, they get Ivan loaded up into one of the ambulances. Chim climbs into the ambulance with Hen, turns to her and very seriously says, after careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse this park.
Another direct line from Jurassic Park.
Yeah. There's a giant dinosaur coming out of the top of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Like they are shoving this shoving this reference
just
right
in case
down
you didn't
our throat.
realise. Yeah.
I would also like to
So
have a
silly.
quick shout out to Boyd and Maxwell, who have returned to the 118, and we have a new member in Blatz. So three more background firefighters to add to my list. All right, do we do this stupid ventilator scene?
Yeah, the heartwarming scene.
Which
Look, it was quite heartwarming, but completely implausible. So let's just get on with it.
all right, so kid on a ventilator. We don't know why he's on the ventilator, but he's on a ventilator. It's apparently on battery power, and it's running out of battery.
Oh no.
And so the mother calls 911 because, she needs power for that ventilator. And as she's on the phone with May, the battery finally dies, and so she's left to manually bagging her kid so that he doesn't die.
I feel like it would have been better to take him to a hospital rather than just being at home on battery power.
I have a feeling that the line that she mentioned that the kid's got an infection, so they're probably like trying to keep him isolated in a bubble, which is, exactly why you leave your window open for neighbours to come crawling in and out of.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So May can't do anything about getting power to the house, but she has the brilliant idea to use the sun. So she Google Maps stalks this woman's address and then cold calls the first house she can find that has solar panels on like Google satellites and says that she needs that woman's house's battery or one of this woman's neighbours. So the woman walks outside to a box on the outside of her house and plugs a cord into it. At which point I'm staring at it going, what the fuck is that? And what is that? And then I just gave up and went, I don't care. I'm not even going to look it up because I'm obviously missing something, but I don't know what I'm missing. Or if they just...
The solar system has to be plugged into an inverter in order for it to power that house and also to send power back to the grid. If this is in Australia, I assume it's the same in the US. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that you can't just plug something into an inverter at night and have it like power something else. The only way you can do that is if you actually have a battery to store the power that you have generated during the day. And in 2021, very few people had batteries. And for
they're more common now, but
now
like,
they're common because the prices have come down. Yeah, I've got one. The prices have come down a lot in the last year or so. Like before that, it was just way too expensive for that technology for your house. Not worth it.
So if a 000 operator called you right now and said your neighbour needs your house's batteries, could you plug an extension cord into something?
Yeah.
Like, is there an outlet attached to your battery that you could plug?
Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, the battery is hooked up to our house's electric. So we would have, if our power went out in the area, we would still have power because it would be running off the battery. So you could just plug it into the wall and it would
and feed it
come
out
out
the
of the
window.
battery. Also, electric cars have very large batteries in them. Lots of people around have electric cars nowadays in 2025. So there would be lots of power around. But back then, the only electric cars were Teslas, and there was still quite a lot of them, I guess, then. But, like, I don't know. But anyway, that would ruin the story.
The Teslas aren't working. The Tesla cars aren't working, remember, because of the...
No, that was the self-driving cars. There's a difference between the electric cars and self-driving cars. Electric cars just use electricity for power, but they're still manual, as in they still need a driver.
But Teslas were the only ones that drove themselves, though. Anyway, let's not go into that.
So this woman
I'm just saying the idea of this the idea of May looking on a satellite map, picking the nearest solar panel house, and that person having a battery is extremely
very
lucky.
Unlikely, yeah.
Unlikely. Anyway,
so,
it doesn't matter because they get power somehow, and they attach a bunch of jumper leads or something down the street.
I think pretty much every single neighbour comes out with an extension cord or a power bank or something so that they can, like, it's, instead of hands across America, it's extension cords across the neighbourhood. All the way to this woman's house, except
they're like it's not raining.
It's a heat wave. Yeah. It's too hot to rain. And then just at the last minute, they realise that they're like a metre too short. So then someone digs up fairy lights, and so there's fairy lights for the last stretch between the house and the woman's, and like the ventilator comes back on, and the kid starts breathing. Well, the machine starts breathing for the kid, and then the woman's all like, "Oh my god, I love my neighbours," and the neighbours are staring from the next door neighbour's yard, staring at her creepily, like waiting for their accolades.
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's super weird.
Yeah. Anyway, it works, and they get power back, and the kid's fine.
Yep.
Well,
and May feels good because she's helped somebody. The end.
It's a neighborhood, heartwarming neighborhood story.
Yeah, like it's cute, but it's just very unbelievable.
Anyway, let's move on because Buck's got a clipboard again.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So Eddie's asleep on a cot bed. We still don't see the bunk room. We still have not seen the bunk room. No idea what the bunk room looks like.
The B shift's in the bunk room right now.
Apparently.
Yeah, they've set up the gym and the engine bay are just full of cot beds.
Yeah. So he's totally napping, and Buck just like plops down and goes, "You sleeping or just pretending?" And Eddie's like, "Well, I was trying to until you interrupted."
So was everybody else around Eddie before Buck interrupted.
Literally, before the giant...
Once again, you were having a very private conversation out in public.
Always.
So Buck asks Eddie how he's feeling, and Eddie's like, it's hot. I'm sweating. And Buck's like, it's not like a cold sweat,
I'm sweating
right?
out of places I didn't know I could. And it's like, weren't you in Afghanistan? But sure.
He's also from Texas.
Yeah, like, how are you...
Yeah, but that was ages ago. You can acclimatise.
But yes, so Buck is incredibly worried that the sweat is not just, heat sweat, but it's like heart attack sweat. And Eddie's just like, oh my god, you don't give up, do you? And Buck's like, you need to tell me if something is wrong. Like, there is a demand that he be updated as to Eddie's well-being.
Eddie's status, yeah, that's it.
I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking he's probably freaking that Eddie's about to die and he's going to get Chris. And he's like,
right? He's like, please don't give me Chris, please don't give me Chris, please don't give me Chris.
It's like, now I'm in your will, you need to keep me updated on everything that is happening.
Yeah, so Eddie's like, I'm fine, Buck. And Buck's like, well, people who are fine don't go and see cardiologists, so you need to tell me. So
finally Eddie opens up.
He sits up and he's like, all right, it was a panic attack, not a heart attack, panic. And Buck's first thing is, since when do you panic? Like, it's like it's been a catchphrase of Eddie's. He's like, I don't panic. It's like, we've never heard Eddie say that he doesn't panic. But Buck knows it well enough to be like, you don't panic.
And he's like, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But, I mean, can we give Edmundo a round of applause here for coming to the realization that he does, in fact, panic?
He definitely panics.
Although he has narrowed down the circumstances, very, very specific set of circumstances under which he does panic. And he says that those specific circumstances is Anna. Anna makes him panic.
Yep. Anna makes him panic. And Buck's like, I thought things were great with her. And he's just like, yeah, she's been a godsend through all this, staying with Christopher, but I think that's what's causing the panic.
Can I just point out that the first panic attack happened before?
Before it, yes! Like Eddie Diaz.
But then he goes on to say that they're a ready-made family, and he's not ready for that. So that started before all of this.
I know, but
It's
just the fact that he's attributing it to what's happening now and conveniently forgetting that it happened well before the all quote unquote all this.
Look, he's coming clean. Give him some slack.
Like I said, it's tiny.
He's finally opening up.
Tiny round of applause for Edmundo. But despite the fact that he's come to this realization that he does in fact panic, and specifically he panics about Anna, he's not going to do anything about it because Christopher loves her. And he kind of likes her. He says that she's the first woman he's ever wanted to spend this much time with since Shannon. Not that he likes her, not that he loves her, he just likes spending time with her.
Yeah. So he literally says, I think I'm just going to stick it out. And Buck's like, stick it out? That's not the way you talk about someone you're in love with. And Eddie goes, my kid loves her. And Buck goes, is that enough?
Has he been talking to Carla? But no, he has first-hand experience of what it's like to be the person that someone sticks it out with. And it's not fun.
Poor Buck.
Yeah, if you don't want to hurt Anna, you owe it to her to be honest. And it's just like,
and Eddie's just
whatever.
like,
yeah,
it's just so hard,
man. It's a lot. I'm not going to
feels like a
deal
lot,
with
man.
this
And just like lies back down. And Buck's like, okay.
Buck's like, well, it's not like we're going home anytime soon. You got plenty of time to think about it.
Oh, it's so funny.
Eddie is like the king of like just sticking things out, I think.
Yep.
So while these two are having their heart-to-heart, Chim is at another part of the station on the phone with Maddie's voicemail, leaving her a message just saying that he was calling to say hey and that he loves her. And Hen is totally not eavesdropping, but she kind of is eavesdropping.
She's absolutely eavesdropping, yeah.
She's like, hey, is everything okay? And Chim's like, I'm just worried about Maddie because, I've been here for days and Maddie's at home alone in the apartment with a baby and no power. And Hen's like, it's Maddie. She'll be fine. And Chim literally looks around to make sure nobody else is eavesdropping and goes, yeah, but Maddie's not Maddie right now. He lays it out, so she's got postpartum depression and it's kind of been a roller coaster ride. and no one else knows. And, like, I know that there's literally a line of dialogue where Chim says that no one else knows because having other people knowing would just make it worse. So, because she already feels like a failure because she's struggling. They made a big deal about letting the Lees back into Chim's life and specifically opening up to the Lees as family. Where the fuck are the Lees in this?
Yeah.
What, did they take Albert and go, okay, our job now is done? He's all good.
Yeah, like, we'll look after this one. Yeah.
And now he's
I
fine.
think they forgot about the Lees.
I 100% believe that they either forgot about the Lees or they went, you know what, we don't want to get anybody else in for this episode. We can't afford to have the actors aren't available. It's yet another, it's a story
They need
thread.
to make Maddie struggle on her own.
Oh, they 100% want to make Maddie struggle, like 100%. But it's just like they've built these storylines and they've built these characters and then they just forget about them, and it frustrates me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Hen tells him off for hovering, and it's like, it's like he's just trying to check in with her and make sure she's okay. Like,
yeah,
it's hovering.
This is so much shades of Hen telling Karen just to get over it after the last round of IVF fails. Like, you've grieved for enough, it's time to, like, get back to normal because, you know, I need to have a home-cooked meal on my table when I walk in from work. I was like, sometimes they write Hen to be so insensitive.
Yeah.
Of course, Maddie is not fine. Because we cut to Maddie and she's playing with G in the bathtub. They have a beautiful bathroom, by the way.
They do. But unfortunately, she's got far too much water in that bath for a baby.
Oh my god, yes! Thank you!
Okay, I can't comment on this because I have not had a baby, so I don't know.
I'm not going to go any further because I could probably go on a 20-minute rant about, like, bath safety.
They do make a point at the hospital even to tell you about not putting much water in the bath.
Yeah,
there you go.
This entire scene is tell me you've never bathed a baby without telling me you've never bathed a baby. And I know it's for the drama,
but she's got kids by now, so she knows.
But it's hot. It's hot, Bex. It's hot.
Yeah, but you don't have to have much water to cool down in the bath.
I know I know that in Australia we sort of stress water safety because, like, sort of the number one death for children in our country is by drowning. So, like, swimming and pools and, like, even any kind of standing body of water we are incredibly careful around. It just, I don't.
Yes.
This entire thing is once again for the drama.
Yeah, so she's basically falling asleep while G is in the bath, and G slips down.
Which I'm sure is totally safe, right?
I have done this not with it while my child was in the bath, but just like sitting on the couch, just falling asleep.
While 100%, yeah, but like
because you're just so tired. But yeah,
I guess people fall asleep while driving too. So yeah,
if you're exhausted enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, G slips down, so she's under the water for just a moment, and Maddie wakes up and realizes that she's underwater and grabs her out. And has a panic. And then after the commercial, she's at the hospital. And doctor is checking G out and everything looks fine. So Maddie's obviously just standing there freaking out. So this is like a weird kind of setup. So G is inside a glass wall room with the doctor.
Yeah.
And she's outside looking in through a window. It's like, why are you not in there with your child? Like, very weird kind of a setup. But anyway, the other doctor assures her that she's all fine, and then she's asking Maddie how she is, and she's like, I'm shaky, thank you for everything. And the doctor says it's probably not the last time, the last terrifying experience she'll have before she makes it to adulthood.
Gee, thanks, Doc.
Yeah. And Maddie just looks completely freaked out by this news. She's like, oh my God, what? So yeah, that really helped. And I think that's the last we hear from Maddie in this episode.
Yes.
So she's still not coping all that well.
I know that
she's alone.
Yeah, they've really made a point to completely isolate her from everybody, just to really ramp up her declining mental health. And I know that this scene is just a short one, and it's supposed to be for the drama, and it's highlighting how badly Maddie is doing. But in reality, wouldn't a doctor be sort of looking at her going, like, can we do like that quick mental health assessment that all mothers have to do, just to make sure that you are actually okay, because you don't look okay, and you're saying that your child has come in some kind of distress. Can we just check things, please?
Yeah.
I don't know why I want this show to conform to reality so much, but I do sometimes.
Just occasionally.
It would be nice. Yeah. Maybe it wouldn't be quite as dramatic if they did, but yeah.
No.
Yeah, this isn't Grey's Anatomy.
I was about to say, The Pit is incredibly realistic and yet still fucking dramatic as hell, so...
So it can be done.
It can be done. But no, not on this one. In this one, we're going to go back to Athena, who is sitting in front of one of Jeffrey's victims' houses, watching her bait through the wide open, well-lit windows.
I'm like, why are you staking out her house? Anyway, she's watching and talking to Bobby at the same time on the phone.
Bobby calls her, and they're sort of checking in with each other. Like, how was your day? And Bobby's like, lions, tigers, blood-spitting alpacas. How was yours?
Lions, tigers, bears, oh my.
No bears. Couldn't get the bears.
Alpacas had to do instead.
Yes. Yep. So she tells Bobby that she's sitting outside a woman's home waiting for Jeffrey Hudson to make a move, and yet she hasn't warned the woman.
She's like, I kind of feel bad, I guess.
I do like that even as Bobby's trying to reassure her, she's like, you know what, that man stood up in court the other day and called me a rogue cop, and here I am acting like a rogue cop. And yet she still continues to act like a rogue cop.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Bobby gets all like, he says there's a good chance he never even shows, and Athena's like, is it bad that I hope he does? And Bobby's like, I hope that for you too. And she's like, did you just say you hoped I come face to face with a dangerous escaped fugitive tonight? And he's like, hell yeah. Like,
yep, sure did.
And I think it was like, that's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me, honey.
Yeah, I hope you murder the guy. Like,
yeah.
What?
Like, wow, okay.
At this point, Captain Maynard shows up. She's joining Athena on the stakeout. So Athena hangs up the phone, and she's like, what are you doing here? I don't think I've ever seen a captain on a stakeout. I have to say that I misread the caption on this next scene, because Elaine says, that's why I left my bars at the station. At first I thought she said, well, that's why I left my bra at the station. I'm like...
What?
Like, I know the idea is that she's like she's off duty and she's in casual clothes, and like, you're so casual that you just like...
Well, no one attends a stakeout wearing a bra. Like, obviously,
yeah,
gotta be casual. You've got to be comfortable. God. You're going to be sitting there all night.
Well, see, that makes sense to me, that if you're going to be sitting there all night, you don't want to be doing it in a bra.
You may as well just be done with the bra. Oh my God. But the other thing is that Athena was not expecting her. And so she just like taps on the window and gets in. Yeah. And I'm like, were you about to turn around and shoot her? Like, it's just tapping on your window and letting themselves into your car.
Yeah, she's very blasé for someone on a stakeout.
Like, yeah.
But Elaine has a reason for joining Athena. She's kicking her off the stakeout. Because Lou is awake and he's asking for Athena again. So Athena has to go to the hospital.
So Athena makes it out of the car and to the hospital somehow without alerting the lady whose house she's staking out. Or so we assume. So Lou is looking a little better than the last time we saw him, but he still can't talk. But he's still got his little paper and pen so he can write messages. So it's a very, strange, one-sided conversation. You hear one side of the conversation and then you have to read the other side as he writes it on the pad.
Yes. So Athena walks into the hospital room and says, I heard you were looking for me. And Lou starts crying. He's so sweet. And Athena is like, it's good to see you too. So Lou scrawls on his little pad just the word lawyer. And then he's like, yep, we found her. Gunshot wound, probably. See, they say here 2 days. But if he's been in the hospital for 5, that means that it's been 5 or, let's say 5 days since, 5 or 6 days since Lila slit his throat. So wouldn't Jeffrey have shot her that same night?
Oh,
or has he been...
not. He kept her around for a few days and then she pissed him off and he shot her.
Yeah, it's just one of those little things that, once again, nobody's paying attention to the bigger picture in this episode. So Lou writes in on it. And Athena's like, yep, got there. Took me a little while, but I got there. Lou then writes Hudson. Athena's like, he's in the wind again. Lou asks, any leads? Athena's like, I've got some hunches. Maynard thinks he's long gone by now, but I'm not so sure. Lou's response is victims. And Athena's like, yep, I think that's our best chance of catching him. We have surveillance units posted at all the victims' houses and they're waiting for him. And Lou is getting really upset at this point. He very agitatedly writes your house on the piece of paper. And Athena's not quite picking up what he's putting down. She's like, what? Why my house? What about it? And he is so done with having to write everything on paper that he's trying to talk. And Athena's trying to calm him down. It's like, no, Luke, it's okay. Save your strength. Don't say anything. It's obviously a struggle, but he manages to say, you're victim too. And Athena's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that I was also... She spent so long trying to convince herself that she wasn't one of the victims.
She forgot that she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So then we quickly return to the Athena residence, where Michael and David are starting to regret the open house policy that they had for the neighbours. Because they invited the neighbours in and now the neighbours aren't leaving.
Nope. He's like, I should have let Harry charge them by the hour.
So while they're grumbling in the kitchen and drinking alcohol,
booze,
which I'm hoping somebody brought in, because I would assume that the Grant Nash residence would be a dry residence, considering Bobby's a recovering alcoholic.
Well, they had whiskey at their breakfast the other day.
That's a very good point.
So, obviously, Athena has a bit
Damn,
now and
Athena. I suppose she's always got wine, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She does always have wine, you're right.
Huh, that doesn't seem fair to Bobby. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, true. Poor Bobby.
So,
I always think that every time I see her with a glass of wine. I'm like, is this a bit mean?
Not very sympathetic to him.
Maybe Bobby doesn't care. He just...
Maybe, but still... But that's besides the point. What is the point is that while David and Michael are grumbling in the kitchen, Harry is playing Jenga out on the patio with his new best friend, Jeffrey Hudson.
Yes, he'd hoped he was going to be able to see his mum, but she has to work till the emergency's over. So, and I'm like, oh no, he's going to do something to Harry.
Yeah. So we cut to commercial on that dramatic dun dun dun. When we come back, Athena is in full panic mode. She's calling Bobby. She says to Bobby that, I'm on my way home. I'm still 10 minutes out. Can you get there before I get there? And Bobby's like, in the back of his mind, he's probably thinking it's like a booty call. It's like, oh, I mean, I can try. But, aren't there people at the house? Aren't we? It's probably not the best place for a
Michael and David are there
for a clandestine
Harry,
rendezvous. And Athena's like, no, I'm not calling. This isn't an what you doing kind of phone call.
This is a you up.
Yeah, this is not a you up phone call. Jeffrey Hudson's on the loose. I forgot that I'm one of his victims, and I can't get a hold of David and Michael. Bobby's like, fuck, Chim, you're in charge. And Chim's like, what? I'm awake, what?
My wife's calling, I've got somewhere to be.
No, not like that, Chim. Jumps into the brand new captain's truck because the last one got blown up by the sniper, and he's on his way. Captain Maynard is also on her way, and she's called in for backup, and she's trying to convince Athena not to go in alone, and Athena's like, fuck that.
Yeah, she's got like a really long driveway. And I was watching her kind of drive up to the house, and I'm like, she turned off the street and kind of drove down further than I would have expected to get to the house.
I thought it was kind of like a little cul-de-sac-y sort of thing. And her house is sort of at the bottom of the cul-de-sac.
Okay, it might be, yeah. I don't know, it's hard to tell in the dark, but
because I seem to remember from the episode with the end of season 2 with the Mad Bomber. Yeah. That's what I always assumed. It was just a little cul-de-sac. So yeah, Athena comes screeching down the street, squeals to a stop in front of her house. The house is dark and the front door is open. It's also empty.
She creeps through the house and she can't find anybody. It's very tense. We're not sure who's going to jump out. But then she hears something outside, so she goes to the back door and Michael comes in. And he's like, it's me. Athena's like, what the hell? I almost shot you.
He's like, yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. And David comes in and is like, what is going on here? But yeah, Athena's like, I thought you had people here. You were having a party at my house without me. Like, where are they?
You were about to eat my steaks. What was going on?
Yeah, my steaks.
But apparently the generator went out, so the power went out and everyone left.
And apparently the power went
David
out.
has fixed the power. Yeah.
Yeah, because someone unplugged it. Although David's like, oh, they must have kicked it out by accident. Like, really?
I'm sure it was an
totally.
accident. I'm sure it's fine.
At this point, Bobby and Elaine have arrived. They come running inside, asking if everything's okay, and Athena's like, it's fine, Jeffrey's not here. But at this point, Athena's kind of done a head count and realised that Harry is not there. Michael's like,
no, he was just here, it's fine. Yeah.
There's his phone, and he's like, typical preteen, he never goes anywhere without his phone.
He wouldn't have gone anywhere without his phone.
So then Athena goes and picks up his phone, and can we just talk about the fact that his wallpaper is a picture of him and Athena?
Yeah.
Of course it is, because he doesn't have any other... Like, you'd think that they would have used one of the, when May graduated or had prom or whatever, and they took, like, the big family photos with everyone in it. But no, it's just him and it. Like, how old is this kid at this point? Like, as if it would be him and his mum.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my kids have personal phones. My eldest has not bothered to put anything on. It's just like the standard
I don't think
background that it comes with.
Eldest has.
My youngest, it cycles through whatever anime he's watching. So he's currently got a My Hero Academia backdrop on his phone.
Yeah, that's
and he's
what I would
constantly
expect,
changing it. So yeah, they would not be caught dead with a photo of me on their phone as their wallpaper.
Wow, what shitty kids.
To be fair, my wallpaper isn't them either. Like,
well, I mean, my wallpaper is autumn, so
no, hang on. My lock screen is them. My wallpaper is like a Doctor Who thing, and it has been It has been for like 10 years.
Oh, wow. My lock screen is autumn and my wallpaper is Phoenix.
Aw.
So they realize that Harry's phone is there, and then there's like Harry's phone is there, but where is Harry? And then for the last like couple seconds of the episode, we cut seemingly incongruently to a checkpoint where cars are being let in and out of a certain area. And a car rolls up, police goes over and says, this is residents only, you're either going to have to turn around and show some ID. So the driver shows some ID. Unfortunately, the driver is Jeffrey Hudson, and the ID he shows is a LAPD detective's badge.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Lou's.
I think it's Lou's.
Yeah.
I don't know how the police have got enough people to be having roadblocks around the place. But anyway. Yeah.
I want to know how this cop let, like, convicted serial rapist through. Like, do you not recognise his face? Considering at this point they've realised that this guy is on the lam. Wouldn't they have had, like, an APB out on him? Like, please keep a lookout for this guy.
The badge. And he's like, okay, sorry.
So, yeah, police is like, I'm so sorry, detective, go straight on through. And Jeffrey's like, yeah, you better let me through. And as the car pulls through the checkpoint, the camera kind of lingers on the rear of the car and then zooms through the metal into the boot where Harry is tied up and gagged with duct tape.
It's pretty cool effect, I gotta say. Where it, like, zooms in and, like, just straight through the car.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yes. Another cliffhanger.
Another cliffhanger.
I wanted to go on and watch the next episode, but I didn't have time, so I'm still on a cliffhanger.
Still on a cliffhanger, yeah.
I'll hang on to it until next week.
Just keep
I'll get the full effect,
Yeah.
Weekly.
Proud of you, yeah.
I don't know what to say. We've already given this episode heaps.
I really liked the Buck and Eddie stuff.
Yes.
The Buck and Eddie stuff was good.
I love the fact that Eddie panicked around Anna, and then literally the next scene that they're in, he's just like, Buck takes Chris to the zoo all the time, and he's basically swirling his hair, and ridiculous. The zoo, I was like, fuck yeah, I love this scene. That was about it. When Eddie was on the cop mattress,
alpacas were quite funny.
The alpacas were great, and when Eddie was on the cop mattress, and Buck's just like, you don't panic.
I wonder where the alpacas came in, like, the negotiations. Like, did the writers come in and say, we want this animal? And, like, insurance and animal handlers and logistics just eventually knocked it down and knocked it down and knocked it down until finally someone said, right, what about alpacas?
Yeah, or if it was always supposed to be alpacas.
Or if it was always intentionally alpacas.
Or the writers were like, okay, so what animal are we likely to be able to get?
Yeah.
So we can write them into this scene and just put a bit of blood on their face.
Can we get this? No? Okay. What about this? No? Okay. What about that?
What about a tiger? No.
Well, we can get a tiger, but we can't actually have it in the scene with people.
What about a really angry, like, badger?
They had a tiger in, like, season 1, 2?
Yeah, but they didn't have any people in the scene with it. It was in, like, the enclosure on its own. And I think the couple of times that they had people near it, it was very clearly CGI.
Yeah.
I don't think they can risk having the tiger with an actor in a scene.
No. Anyway, it was funny.
It was great. I know someone who breeds and shows alpacas too, so very amusing.
They're the greenest animal.
They are the greenest animal.
They're the greenest animal?
Yeah.
How are they green?
That's what
it's supernatural.
Jen Padalecki says in that episode.
Jesus. Have you even supernaturaled?
Have you ever watched the show?
That's that one with those brothers, right?
It's the one where they go to the real world. And,
no, the show. That's the one with the brothers, right?
Oh, the show, yeah.
And the gay angel.
Yeah, it's been a while since any of us have watched any of it, I guess. But
yeah.
So I was thinking about this episode and this kind of opening emergency for season 5. Because it doesn't seem to, like, make sense. So when you think back to like season 2, season 3, season 4, they had established this pattern where you had like the first episode sort of introduced the emergency, and then the next couple of episodes were the big emergency. And so when we got to the end of episode 1, I was kind of saying, so what's the emergency that they're going to cover in episode 2 and episode 3? Is it like the ransomware? Is that what the big emergency for the season is? Is it Jeffrey being loose? Is that the emergency? And then we get episode 2 and it's like, oh, fuck the ransomware. It's now a heatwave and a power outage. And the entire...
the ransomware is still going on, but...
it's just like it was like after the ransomware has happened and they're still dealing with the effects of it, but now it's the power outage. But I don't think it matters, because my theory for this season is whoever was in charge, and like I know who was in charge, has gone, you know what, the last couple of seasons we've done season opener where it's this big flashy, dramatic emergency, and that's all it is for those first couple of episodes. It's just our guys responding to the emergency and dealing with the little disasters that pop up. Let's go back to the characters. Let's have the emergency just be something that's happening in the background, and the focus is going to be on the characters and how they're doing and how they're reacting and how the emergency is impacting them. And I feel like that's why we don't have that big overarching emergency for these episodes. It's so tightly focused on Eddie not panicking and on Athena and the Jeffrey storyline and on Maddie and her postpartum depression. And the emergency in the background is just incidental to further the character storyline rather than the characters furthering the emergency storyline. And
might be right there.
For me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I like having the big flashy 3 episodes, Tim, 3 episodes to open up a season.
Just 3. We don't need the 4th.
3 episodes, open up the season, have a big flashy disaster, and then we get back into our character development. I want that big flashy emergency, and then I want my episode by episode monster of the week with a character development sprinkled all the way through it. I don't want a 3 episode character arc, especially when it's about a character that I could actually care less about. So that's my theory about what's going on in season 5.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel that way. Yeah, they are focusing a lot more on the characters. But also, it's like, I'd quite like them to wrap this shit up. The ransomware thing is a bit of a lame duck of an emergency.
Yeah, it's kind of boring compared to a tsunami. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know.
What was the last time? A mudslide? Yeah, the mudslide was pretty crap as well.
I mean, earthquakes happen all the time in LA, right? So I guess that makes sense that they had 2 of them. No, I liked the character bits in this, like, that everyone sort of had a moment with at least one other person to discuss how they were getting on with it.
I do like the character bits. I want there to be those small moments within an overarching story, not have the characters be the overarching story, not for the first 3 episodes.
Well, I assume this is all going to get wrapped up next time if you're talking about 3 episodes. So what does the summary say for next week then?
Next time we have Desperate Measures. This was Desperate Times.
Oh, we had Desperate
Measures.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see what they did there.
Mm-hmm. I will give them kudos that nobody actually said Desperate Times in the episode. Especially since, we all died of alcohol poisoning after episode Panic. So the summary for Desperate Measures says, as the citywide blackout continues to cause mayhem in Los Angeles, whether that's caused by the heatwave or the ransom attack is up to you, Athena races to save her family from a tragedy. Meanwhile, Eddie must make a difficult choice about his future, and Maddie makes a life-changing decision.
Oh.
Our trigger warnings are abuse of power, child threat, child abandonment, claustrophobia, specifically being sealed behind a wall, our favourite generic tag of cops, flashback to assault, gun violence, police shooting, postpartum depression, threat of gun violence, which I assume should be up with police shooting, and vigilantism.
Wow. Okay.
Cool.
Sounds like fun.
It sounds like a barrel of laughs.
Oh, it's going to be a great time.
I love when there's gun violence, threat of gun violence, and police-involved shooting.
I can never remember whether that's like 3 tags for one incident or 3 separate incidents.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Do we want to say anything else about this episode?
I did enjoy Clipboard Buck.
Clipboard Buck's great.
Oh, yes.
Clipboard Buck is always fun. I quite enjoy Clipboard Buck. I think he should be given a clipboard more often.
He enjoys organising things.
I'm not sure if this says something about you, but
All right, well, please do let us know what you thought about this episode. Like, maybe you loved this episode and we have just, you disagreed with everything we've said. Like, okay, you can tell us about that in a friendly way. You can leave us a comment on this episode's post on thatweewoo.com or directly in Spotify or YouTube or on social media. And thatweewoo.com has all the ways that you can subscribe to find out when new episodes are posted.
Please feel free to slide into our DMs and just leave unhinged voice memos.
I'd love to hear if anyone's read any of the fics that we talked about last week too, by the way. Let us know if we recommended something good to you and what you thought of it.
Oh, I've only got into Leading with the Left so far, and it is a good time. I absolutely recommend it.
Thank you all for listening this week, and we will talk to you next time about Season 5, Episode 3, Desperate Measures. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
911 is a fictional show, but many of the situations portrayed happen in the real world too. If any of the topics we've discussed in this episode have affected you, please know you're not alone. You can call or text numbers in your country for help. Just Google crisis support in your location to find out the number. If you enjoy our podcast, you can help us out by leaving us a review on Spotify or your preferred listening app, and by sharing our social media posts. Find out more at thatweewoo.com.